All right. Hold on. Do I have my headphones? Oh no, I don't have my headphones. Can't listen to music this time. Bummer. All right. First of all, I want to make sure that you can actually see my lips moving properly. All right. First of all, I want to make sure that you can actually see my lips moving properly. All right. Looks good. Cool. All right. So, let me get situated. Still going. And let's go live. All right. Okay. So today I wanted to go over. I saw there was this tweet, and I don't know how I could check the bookmarks. Oh, here we go. So this person, she posted essentially a boot camp challenge. So as you can see it here, the requirements for the app I'm supposed to build until the end of the month. Honestly, I don't know where to start. So I saw that this was like a boot camp challenge. She responded somewhere over here. What is this for? It's a three month iOS course. Oh, it's an iOS course. Maybe I shouldn't have said boot camp, but it's an iOS course thing. And I kind of wanted to see how fast I could do all these things. If I could implement all these things like real quick in one sitting, and like make a mini app and just see like how well it went. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So as you can see, I have a UI. I have to implement a UI tab bar view controller, a UI navigation view controller, some type of segue. And I'm gonna count segues as like being able to just simply push and pop. I don't want to do like a real, because I don't want to work with storyboards, right? Like I don't want to do that. So yeah, then a UI table view cell, UI button, UI label, text field, struct, protocol, enum, API call, storage, data structures. Use at least one array, dictionary, or set. Should be easy enough. And then architecture. And then I don't know if there's any more. It looks like this list may go on, but I don't know. Anyways, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to implement all of this stuff in one go. So the way that I think I'm going to do that is I'm simply going to build an Urban Dictionary app, and I may save like the last searches as the last search results. Like I'll have like a history page just so that I can have the tab bar. Like the only thing that, because the tab bar is the one thing that's throwing me off, because I can make something like super simple, but the tab bar controller, you know, you have to have two different screens showing different things. So let's go ahead and let's build this from scratch. Let's see how fast I could do this. I kind of want a timer. I'm surprised that there's no, not timer, stopwatch. All right. Kind of surprised that there's no stopwatch native on iOS or on Mac OS. Kind of weird. I really need music to code though. Let me see. Let me go get my AirPods. I need music. All right, couldn't find them, but let's go ahead and use headphones. I think I have headphones. There we go. I just need music. I need music to code. All right, here we go. These ones are busted too. Ah! Look at it, see, they're busted. But we're gonna get going right now. Hold on. All right. Just need a little bit of Spotify. And we're gonna get started from scratch too. This is gonna be interesting in my opinion. Let's see what we end up with. All right. Some little ooze of art. What's up, Steve? What's up? Yo. All right. Let's create a new project. So it does have to be UI kit. It's okay. Kind of wanted to do Swift UI, but what you gonna do though? All right. So I'll just call this Urban Dictionary iOS. Dictionary iOS. Because I already made an Android one and a Flutter one, so iOS now. Dang, a Vapor video. Whoo! I haven't worked on Vapor in a minute. What's too much? I'm doing too much? Sorry. Oh, you saw this challenge yesterday? I just saw it today. I saw it on a tweet. I was like, oh, that would be pretty cool. Where do I want to put this? Under Twitch projects, iOS. Then actually, I don't need to do that. It's not Android. We could just do this. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get this all settled. On Twitter, yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool way to do it. I was just like, stuff doesn't seem like impossible, so let's see what we could do in one sitting, you know? All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this started. So, and we want to say that Urban Dictionary iOS started. There we go. And we can push. There we go. All right. So, starting off fresh. So, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be creating Urban Dictionary. And let's go ahead and get started with Programmatic UI. Haven't done it in a minute. Let's see if I can remember how to do it off the top of my head. I doubt I can. I'll probably have to look it up. Window, like so. And then we have to create a window. UI window, like that. And do it with a window scene, right? And then window become, or no, key and visible. And self.window is equal to window. And then I remember that this thing tripped me up for the longest. I didn't know what was going on. let's delete that. All right, so, and we're not going to allow for that. Come on. All right. Let's go. All right, so let's see if we can actually show this screen. So, no, it's always on the stupid iPod Touch. Oh my God. All right. Programmatic UI kit is no fun. You're right. That's why I'll be using my own library. I learned from when I was doing the TikTok clone. Hold on, it's way too loud in my ears. I learned from when I was doing the TikTok clone in the TikTok clone challenge, and yeah, I created my own library. So I have repos, kilo, loco, and then we have what was it called? It's like grep. It's like kilo loco something. And kilo loco kit, that's what it was. Kilo loco repo view kilo loco kit, like that. So I'm gonna actually be using this. We'll throw that in there. So this is gonna allow me to get up and running with like all the basic things that I like to use. And then I have this other one as well, but I know that one's called declare UI. So then we do this, declare, like that. So we're gonna be using these two things, get stuff up and going pretty quickly. And I have them set up for SPM, Swift Package Manager. What is this? Did I choose the wrong thing? Yeah, I did. Swift packages, add package dependencies. And we want this one. Like that. All right. And this one too. So now we're going to have declare UI, which is like a little thing that allows me to do UI constraints a lot faster. And then the same thing, like there's like a lot of little things that I like to work with when it comes to doing programmatic UI kit. So let me think about the UI. Let's go ahead and open up Sketch just so that we have something to work against. And I already know what the UI is going to be for most of it because I already did it in two different apps. I did it for the Android thing and I did it for Flutter. But whatever, let's go ahead and make something. There we go. So, and I'm not even going to do anything special. It's just going to be like this. So we're going to have a tab bar. We're going to have like an icon right here. And this, actually, I don't even need icons. We'll just do text. So this is going to be search. Let's tone that down a bit because that's a little bit too crazy. A little bit too aggressive, if you ask me. And we want a different font, maybe like Helvetica or something. Why is it still so crazy big? And we don't need, what's going on? Work. Andale. There we go. So then, and then we have history, right? And then what else do we need? We need nav bar, search term, and then we'll also have like another one that looks like this, but this is going to be our history. All right, and then this will be like a field and then like a button, right? And then this will be like just a bunch of rows. So like that, and then let's change this to some other color. Literally any other color would be fine. And then we'll have a term, or like the word and its definition like that. Or no, for the history, it's just going to be, I don't even know what I was thinking. It's just going to be the word. It's going to be our previous history. So then, yeah. And we'll just be able to see what it is. I'm not going to go into the whole, I'm not going to build this entire thing. I just want to be able to display it. I don't want to be able to tap it and then go back and then answers it into the search history. That's way too much. All right. And then let's go ahead and add in the other package so we can get going. And we'll go ahead and copy this like so. Just 1.0. All right, so what is the benefit of doing it like this just in interface builder? I just personally like doing it in programmatically. I don't know. I also haven't used interface builder in so long that I don't even remember how to do a lot of this stuff anyways. All right. And the reason why I was doing it in Sketch just so that I could kind of see it in my head. Let's see. Okay, so it's not showing the actual window, and the reason for that is because you don't got a view controller, idiot. So that might help. It definitely might help. All right, so looks like it is not working. Want to see if this is actually getting to view did load at all though. Control drag and Objective-C is why iOS devs get the big bucks. If you say so. I mean, I wouldn't want to work in an Objective-C code base. It's so boring, so nasty. Ugh. Fuchi. Okay. Yeah, so not even making it that far. View did load. Probably should use the correct class too. That's gonna help. It's definitely gonna help. All right, there we go. All right, so now we should have a red background if it will ever load. Use interface, or use breakpoints, they said. It'll be fun, they said. All right. I'm going to assume that this is working because I don't trust anything else. All right. So now what I want to do is we're just gonna have the tab bar be created over there in the scene delegate, because I'm not gonna worry about too many crazy design patterns and stuff like that, even though that is one of the challenge like specs right here. Architecture, use clear architecture, separate business logic and model UI. Yeah. Still don't know what's going on with the simulator. It seems super slow. I don't know. Let me see what else I got open that I could close. Oh yeah, there it goes. It worked. I could probably close. Oh, I can't. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we have it loaded. Now back over here in my scene delegate, I'm gonna actually create the tab bar controller. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we could do it in a computer. Var tab bar controller. UI tab bar controller. Whoa. This is what I wanted. And now we need to create the different view controllers. So we're gonna need first the search. We need a search view controller, right? And then we're going to need. Let me think about this. We're going to need a search view controller, and then we're going to need a history view controller. So let's go ahead and add those in. UI view controller. No, don't make it like that. All right, search view controller like that. And there we go. Let's also create a search view as well. So that's going to be our Swift file. We could do it like this. And this is just going to be a UI view. And let's go ahead and start adding in some of the UI. And also import Kilo Logo Kit. Like so. There we go. So then what do we need in here? So in the search UI, we're going to have a text field and a button, and that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, I think that's it. So we have lazy var, we have our text field, UI text field dot create, and then we want to make sure that we're saying that we don't want to, what is it, layout, something about mask, auto resizing mask. There we go. That's the one. And then what do we want to say? Enter a term for the placeholder. Oh, not text view, field. That's what I want. Placeholder is equal to enter a term. And then what else do we need in there? I think that's it, right? Private lazy var search button. And then we have our UI button dot create. And then this is also going to translate auto resizing mask into constraints is equal to false. We want to set the title to search, and that's going to be for normal, and we want the set, wait, how do we do it? Background, is it just background color? Yeah, UI color, oh, I don't have to do that. Where's my perp? Like that, ooh, system purple, there we are. And then, hold on, I can't see you guys, there we go. All right, so then we have the text field and the search button, and then what we need is like a stack view. So we could have the lazy var stack view, just so that we could have everything in a stack view and make it life easier in terms of constraints. Stack view dot create, and we can do it like this. So we can say, well, once again, translate, and then false, and then we can also do, what else? Axis is equal to dot vertical, and then we need to say, what else? Vertical axis, and we also need to do the spacing and the alignment. So alignment first, the center, and then spacing will be like, we'll do 16. Seems legit. Now we need an initializer like so, and we're gonna have to call configure self and configure subviews like that. But first we need to do super.init frame is going to be 0 like that, and then let's also do the required init, and we'll just do fatal error because we're not using UI kit. Now let's implement the configure self like so. And okay, so we configure self, and what do we want to do? We want to say background color is equal to system background. Then in configure subviews, we will say, and these both need to be marked with private. Okay, so then we're going to stack view dot add arranged subviews, and we're going to add the text field and the button, search button, like that. And then we need to add the stack view itself, and then we can say stack view dot declare, and we can say center vertically, and constrain, let's see, constrain constrain to leading and trailing with offset, and we want to say like 16. Leading with offset, and that's going to also be like 16. So now we have our UI. I think that's pretty much all we need to do for the UI, and that should create our, oh, you know what? The button might look weird. And then also the button needs corner radius. Layer.corner radius is going to be equal to, let's say, like, I don't know, 8. Sure, why not? Also needs to have an action, so let's go ahead and add an action. So add target self hash selector, and that's going to be did tap search, and touch up inside. So let's go ahead and get combine in here. I think we're gonna need to use declare delegates. We're gonna need to use delegates. So because we have to use delegates, observers, or mementos, so I guess we won't use combine. So then we'll do a protocol search view delegate and say did tap search, and that's going to be a function, obviously. Protocol or extension. What is the search view? And conforming to search view delegate. Yes. Wait, is this how we do it? No, that's not how we do it. It's been a while since I implemented delegates. Whoo, that's crazy. And we'll say delegate UI view controller, and we'll hold on to a reference of it right here. Weak var. It will also be private weak var delegate search view delegate. Like that, and we'll say self dot delegate is equal to delegate, like that. So then we'll just create a private function, private func did tap search button, like that. And we will call our delegate. So we'll say delegate dot did tap, okay, did tap search. Not sure why you don't want to work, because I don't have a question mark for real though. Did tap search button, like that. All right. Consider adding a protocol conformance. Let's see. This needs to be of any object. That's the problem. There we go. This is saying the Objective-C thing. Missing these small things left and right. All right. So that's our search UI. So then we just simply load it up. Private let UI equal search U. Actually, we can't even do that. Damn it. Okay. Stupid delegates. Private let UI be of type search view. UI is equal to search view, initialize it with, we need a delegate, which is of type self, but we haven't implemented that, so extension, and we need to say search view controller conforms to search view delegate, like that, and did tap search, like that. So now we conform, we say super.init, we're not going to be using a nib, so nil and nil. Then from there, we also need to have the required, which we're just going to simply trap So that's fine. Oh, you can't use that. Ugh, that sucks. Okay, so then can't do that. So we have to remove this. Delegate now needs to become an internal, like that. Need to update this like that. UI is equal to search view like that. Don't need to update the initializers right now. Update the load view like that. And then we'll say, wow, not just U, but UI. And we'll say view is equal to UI like that. Now we need to configure view. Configure that view, boy. Oh yeah. Configure it real nice and slow like. Delegate is equal to self like that. Should work. Need to call it view did load. Configure view. Alright. Let's see what we have so far. I just want to make sure that everything is looking correct. Also, should have probably put like a print statement here. Search. What are you doing? All right, actually did tap search. And then we'll actually go over here and we'll update this to search for search term. Like that. We'll update this like this. We're going to make sure that we have a value. Guard let. Now we don't need to do all that. Let search term equals our text field dot text like that, and then for search term like that. View controller needs to be updated like that. Searched for, and we'll just go ahead and pass in the search term. Let's run it one more time, and we should have our UI set up. So now, oh, you know what? Actually, none of that's going to work. And the reason for that is because we actually didn't set up our tab. Oh, well, no. Yeah, it's in a completely separate view controller. So let's continue setting up our tab bar. And in order to do that, we need to create a new file, which is going to be our history. So keep going, keep going, keep going. View controller. And this is going to be a history view controller. All right, before we get into all of this, let's just go ahead and get our tab view situated. All right, let search VC equals search. Actually, do we need to pass anything in here? I don't think so. So we could just say let tab bar controller UI tab bar controller like that dot controllers is equal, nope, view controllers. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, yes, we do. Most certainly we do. So, because we need to have the nav bar. So let search nav bar equals UI navigation bar like that. Then search nav bar dot root. Is it root? Is it view controller? Navigation view controller, that's what it is. UI navigation. UI navigation. It's been a while. Leave me alone. Nav controller. Nav controller dot view is it the root? View controllers is equal to this. Yep. I'm all backwards. Search VC is equal to the search view controller, like that. And then we need to give it a title. Is equal to search. So then we pass in our search VC like that. Same thing for our history VC. History VC equals history view controller like that. Dot title, and that's going to be history. So let's go ahead and add in the history VC to our, not that. I'm confusing myself already. So those go together. Then we need another one. And we need to let history nav controller is equal to UI navigation controller like this, and history nav controller dot view controllers is going to be equal to our history VC. Then what we can do is we can pass in the search nav controller and the history nav controller like that. Then we simply return this object, tab bar controller, and we can return tab bar controller right here. Alrighty, so now we can actually see our UI. Maybe, if I know what I'm doing. Alright, and we probably won't even have any names, which will suck. So you can see that we have two different screens, which is okay. One thing I know that I want is nav controller dot prefers. Is it the navigation bar? Prefers large title is true. Alright, and we do the same thing with the history nav controller. Like that. So now we have large, right? And then what else do we need to do? The tab bar. So I think that's also, I suppose it would be on here, right? So we could do search nav controller tab bar item is equal to UI tab bar item initialized with a tag, a title, a tag, and an image. So the title is going to be search. The image is going to be a UI image created with system name of, and this is where we need SF symbols. Do I not have it on my system? I may not. I did a wipe not too long ago. So let's go ahead and go get SF symbols. Oh my god. All right. And 2.0 came out and I don't have it on my system. That sucks. Bummer. Super big bummer. Where do I download this thing at? Here we go. Alright. This is the one. Should be quick. Off to the races we go. Cool. Looks like it's done. Let's go to downloads and let's open up SF Symbols 2. And for the search, I want to do, I think I could already think magnifying glass, right? History, what are we going to do? What's going on here? This one should be magnifying. Actually, it's all over magnifying glass, maybe. And let's go ahead and agree to everything. Oh my gosh. Like that. And the tag is going to be 1. Let's go ahead and add the same thing to our history one. History nav controller. And this is going to be, I don't know, like a list, some type of list, something like that. And we'll have 2. Okay, close it. Let's go. Let's roll. Autobots roll out. All right, yeah, move it to the trash for me, please. Thank you. You gonna actually open it for me, or do I have to go find it myself? Make me do stuff myself. I don't like it. I don't like it. There we go. All right, so assuming that this is going to work. Big fan of your videos. You have helped me a lot in my project. Is it possible that in the future you can teach us how you used Amplify in your TikTok clone? Thanks. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to be doing that in December, I think. It's either going to be in November or December. I have 2 courses coming out. One's going to be covering Amplify in depth. It's going to be a complete Amplify course. So be on the lookout for that. I think that's the one I'm going to drop it in November. And then I'm going to do a complete course covering iOS development the hard way. So you can go from scratch to, like, I would say a mid-level, but let's just keep it realistic, junior. And by the time you finish that course, you will definitely be a well-established junior. And that's going to be releasing in December. So yeah. Magnify. But if you want, you could just look right at the code. I have it, magnifying glass. I have it right there on the repo, or like in the description of that video. I think I have a link to the repo. So if you want to just decode it yourself, absolutely. I'm also making more Amplify videos on YouTube, so those will go up on the AWS YouTube channel. Be on the lookout for that. And then, yeah, I'll be covering how to actually build a TikTok clone itself, like, but a better way. So let's see the list. I wonder if there's like a. Okay, that one looks kind of good. Let's see if there's a clock. Kind of want to say like. Okay. Let's just go with the list. I think the list was fine. Yeah, happy to help. So let's just do list.bullet like that. All right, let's run it. Let's see what we got. So we should have 2 navigation bars, looking pretty sexy by now. And we should have our search field ready to go. So, all right. I forgot to add the spacing. Yeah, so we need. Let's go ahead and update our UI a little bit. So first things first, text field. Text field dot declare, and we want it to be constrained to the leading, constrain to leading and trailing. Whoa, dot trailing, like that. So that should look fine now because it's going to be stretched out. Then for the button, declare, and I wonder if I added in a size. I did. Nice. Oh, but that's not going to work how I want it. So we'll just say width is equal to, let's say, I don't know, 150, and the height is going to be, let's give it nice 50. Run it again. Let's see what it looks like. And whew. All right, looking pretty good in my opinion. You know what? Text field could have a height too. Wouldn't hurt. And we'll do 40. So I think that I have the UI pretty much laid out for that, for the search. Now what I need to do is I need to take a term, pass it to my next view. So hello, let's see if it actually works. Search for hello. Okay, perfect. So now when I hit this search, it should do a navigation, it should push to the navigation stack, and we should be displaying a new one. So let's go ahead and do a new file, and we'll just call this results view controller or terms view controller. Yeah. Let's also, yeah, let's do a terms view controller. Let's see, does it need to have anything special? No. A table view controller would probably be fine. I know that I also have a collection view manager in here too. Not sure if that would make it faster or slower. Let me see. So I would be able to create and handle the UI a little bit quicker, I think. And the only thing that I'm thinking is like, what's the cell going to be like? So yeah, let me think. Is there a reason we are doing UIKit and not SwiftUI? Yeah, because we have to use UIKit stuff. So based off of this challenge that I saw on Twitter, they want you to be using UIKit stuff. I guess that's what they taught you in the course. It wasn't a boot camp, it was a course. So apparently they want you to be doing these types of things, which it makes sense that this person would have learned UIKit first, because it's obviously the most relevant skill to learn when you're becoming an iOS developer, which is UIKit. So yeah. Hold on, let me I need AC. Sorry for the humming, but it gets hot in here. All right. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Hopefully the audio didn't go to crap. All right. So let me see. All right. All right. Sorry. There we go. I just needed to turn it down a little bit. And I could also, okay, so let me see. Yeah. This should make it a little bit quicker because I wouldn't have to deal too much with all this other stuff. And just trying to find out how did I do the layout, and I think I had the layout being separate from the view manager. Yeah, so we should still be able to use the new collection view list, which is perfect. So let's see. So now I do search. I need to open up a new one, and we'll just go ahead and do a view controller, so I can manually implement the collection view and do all my things that way. So let's go ahead and say terms view controller, terms plural, like that. And what do we want? We want to have a new terms view. But first we need to, well, let's go ahead and add a term object, right? I'm gonna actually override this later because the storage that I'm gonna be using is gonna be Amplify. So this will work for now. Word. And this was a string. Let definition. Let definition likes, which was an int, and let dislikes also an int, like that. So we'll be able to work with those. Now I need to actually have a terms view, not UI views, terms view. Alright, so let's go ahead and implement our lazy, should be private lazy bar terms collection, will just be collection view UI collection view dot create. Actually, we need to do this as, yeah, UI collection view, like this, let collection view equals UI collection view, and then it needs to be initialized with a layout. This is the part that kind of gets me. Frame is going to be that 0, not that much. Collection view layout, let layout equals UI collection view layout dot, is this the one that has list? Let's see. What is it? NS collection view layout. What's the one? I know who has the answer. I don't know how to do it off the top of my head, but I know somebody that has the answer. Swift collection view list. Oh, what do you know? Literally do this all the time. Let's see. This is, oh, I think this is the wrong part that I'm looking at. It's probably over here. Right here. UI collection view compositional layout. That's what it was. Haha. UI collection view compositional layout.list using a configuration let config. I don't even know what's supposed to go in here, to be honest. Collection view layout configuration dot appearance. Okay, so what do we want it to look like? We'll just do plain. So alrighty, so now we go ahead and pass this layout in. Like so. Now we need to register collection view dot register a class. Don't think I have a register in there, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. It's okay. So let's go ahead and create a new file, which is going to be our collection view cell. No, not done yet. So what do we want to do with our collection view cell? We wanted to display a term, so our term cell. Alrighty. And in our term cell, we're gonna have lazy var, and we're going to have a word label. And we're going to do dot create like that, and it's going to be a dot translate is equal to false like that, and same thing like this, lazy var definition label UI label dot create and translate is equal to false. Also, we need to make sure that they only have one line. I don't want these to be multi-line, so number of lines is equal to 1. I think that's the default, but I can't remember. It's been a while. And then auto translate. Font, adjust font true, and then the font is equal to UI font preferred font, and this is going to be what, headline, and we can do the similar thing over here like that, subheadline like that. And we got our two labels, but this isn't even what we needed. It is a UI collection view cell, right? Cool. So now over here. So we need to register this class, this term cell dot self, term cell dot identifier, import kilo loco kit. Ooh. Does it not conform? Let me see. Reusable, reuse identifier, that's what it is. Dot reuse identifier. Like that. May need to mark it as reusable. So extension, term cell, reusable. Import kilo loco kit. Reusable like that. Bam. And reuse. Let's save it. Make sure that it works. Reuse identifier like that. Cool. Okay, so we have it registered. And we're going to return this collection view. Then what we need to do is we need to make sure that so we need an initializer, and this is going to configure self, configure subviews, but it's going to do these things after we call super.init. Frame is 0. Alright, then the required fatal error, private config yourself. Let's see, background color is equal to system system background. And now the other function config. Might help if we use the proper keywords, huh? Keep missing those proper keywords. Configure subviews like that. Alright. And this needs to be lowercase like that. So now we have our collection view. Be complaining about fix. Like that. That's what I meant. Alright. Now what we need to do is we need to add the collection view to the view. So add subview, collection view like that. And then we need to stretch out the collection view. So declare dot let's see what else we have in to super view. Alright, so that covers that. Then we need to actually be able to bind our collection view manager to this collection view. So we'll have a function called bind collection view to manager. This will be a collection view manager like that. Oh, we need to actually create the collection view manager. I forgot that's how I implemented it. So you actually have to have a custom collection view manager. In this case, we're going to have terms collection view manager. And we'll import Kilo Loco Kit. We also need UI Kit, not Foundation. Like that. final class terms collection view manager. Collection view manager like this. It's going to take in a single section, and the cell is going to be a term cell like that. And I don't think we need to override anything, so that's fine. Back over here in our terms view, right here, we can say terms collection view manager like that, and then we'll say manager dot, I think it has something called bind to. How did I manage? Oh, manage this collection view. So manager dot manage the collection view in question like that. Alright, so now back over here we need in our terms view controller. Let's go ahead and create an instance of our UI and our collection view manager. Wire it up. So, and we also need to initialize with a term, a search term. So search term like that, which will be of type string. And let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so I think I'm going to, let's see. I'm already getting tired. It's already been a lot of coding. Look at all these files. Jeebus. Alright, so let's go ahead and hang on to the reference of our search term. So private let search term, which is of type string. And let's go ahead and initialize that. Search term is equal to search term like that. We need to do the super.init, once again, nil. And then we also need private lazy var collection view manager, terms collection view manager like that. Initialize it like that, and then private let UI is equal to our search terms, or our terms view like that. Okay. Need our required right here. We need to add our load view. Load. It's not right. Load view. So view is equal to UI again, like that. And then what we want to do is we want to configure view, private func, configure view, like that. It's not working. Let's go. Alright, so now we want to configure our view. And when we configure our view, what we want to do is we want to bind our collection view manager to the UI. So we'll say UI dot bind collection view to our collection view manager like that. And then what we also need to do is we need to configure our view manager. So let's go ahead and add that. Private configure view configure manager. And that'll be our collection view manager. And then the collection view manager has a property on it. Let's see. Oh, poop. I implemented it with combine already. It's fine. Cell for row. Let's go ahead and implement that. So it's called cell for row is equal to this. And that's, I believe this is collection view. This is the index path. And then this would be the term itself, something like that. Then what we need to do is we need to return the actual cell or something like that. UI collection view cell, right? Yeah, okay. So then what we could do is we could say collection view dot DQ reusable cell with identifier. So term cell dot reuse identifier for index path, like that. So looking good so far. I think this is going to work. And we'll say let term cell, or let cell is equal to that. We're going to return that cell. And then we want to say let term cell is equal to cell as term cell, because we don't actually know what type this is. Yeah, it's a collection view cell. So then on our term cell, we're going to have a function called populate with user, or no, with term. Ah, why are you doing this to me? Okay. And term cell. Oh, let me see. Term cell dot populate with, and actually I don't think this is term. What is term? So that's a term cell. So in order for, oh, that's the problem. So we set this up wrong. This is supposed to be a term. And we want term to be identifiable too. Right? Do we need it to be identifiable? Can't remember. Let's see what happens if we don't make it identifiable. So let's go ahead and run this. Let's see if it'll build or not. What's the problem? Type is too ambiguous. Let's see what other errors we have. Oh, it needs to be hashable. That's right. That's right. So it needs to be hashable, which means that it also needs to be equatable. So what we can do is we can do an extension term hashable, and I think that automatically works, right? If it's in the same file, I think it automatically works. So if we run it, I think it works. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can actually get this to show by going to our search view controller, and when we did tap search, we're just going to, for lack of better architecture, we're just going to do it right here. So private func navigate to results for search term. Like that. And we're gonna say let terms BC is equal to terms view controller, initialize with a search term like so, and then we'll say navigation controller dot push view controller animated terms BC animated, of course, cause sexy, duh. And then we'll just say navigate to result for search term like that. All right, looking good, looking nice and lean. I like it. So we obviously don't have any. We don't have any networking going on, but if we type in hello, it navigates over, and then we want to make sure that we're going to our terms view, and one problem is that our collection view's background is black, so we need to fix that. Background color is equal to system, like that. So that fixes one problem. The second one is that our terms view controller does not have a title, so I'm just going to set that in the view did load. So title is equal to whatever our search term is. Let's run that, and we should see much better UI experience. Oh hi, and there we go. So now, man, I guess I know what I'm doing, huh? That's pretty cool. Okay, so now let's go ahead and networking or details. Let's do the networking. And let's take a look at where we're at. Let's see what we've implemented so far and see how many points that we would have so far. So, tab bar controller, that's 20 points right there. So, at 20 points. Navigation controller, 20 points. Segue. I consider navigation push as a segue, so I'm going to add it. UI table view. Oh, I should have used the table view. I used the collection view. Does it count? Didn't follow instructions, so it doesn't count. That's 30 points gone, Kyle. You loser. Ha ha! UI button implemented. Yes. Label implemented. Yes. 10. UI text field. Yes. Struct. Yes, we have our term struct. Protocol, yes, because we're also using delegates too, so that's going to be another one later. Enum, haven't used the enum yet. Don't know where to use the enum. API call, we're about to add that. Storage, we don't have that. Use an array. We haven't implemented it yet. Architecture, clear architecture separating business logic. I would say so. Design patterns, use custom delegate, just did that, so I'm gonna give myself 20 for now, and then when I implement maybe the history or something like that, I might do another. So we did it once, so 20, and then clear code. I think my stuff was pretty well named. I didn't comment anything, so We'll say well named, yes. Constants and functions, yes. Comments, no. Documentation, no. Best practices, I would say so. So I'm giving myself 30 right now. So I'm on 175 out of I don't know how much, but 175 makes me feel good. Let's see if we can keep going. And I probably won't be adding comments, but 175 in the first night, not too shabby, I'm not gonna lie. And that's not counting the table view or the table view cell, because I technically didn't implement those. I didn't listen. Collection views are better, but I didn't do it right, so F you, Kyle. You lose. Haha! I can still implement it for the search, so there's still room to grow. Alright, let's go ahead and implement a API call so we can get an extra 15 points. I'm going to head over to rapidapi.com. Cool, I'm still signed in. Urban Dictionary. Alright, let's go! My goodness. Alright, so now I can open up. Let's go ahead and create a networking service. Networking service, like so. Import. Don't need to actually import anything, I don't think. Final class networking service. Oh, you know what? We can use combine right here. Oh no, let's use delegates. Delegates on networking service? That feels nasty. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in there because I feel like using it. I want to have fun. I don't care. Combine. I should submit this to whatever class she's doing and see what they would give me. Alright, so we'll just throw all of our stuff into one function, and we'll say get, or we'll call it define search term, or define search term, like this. And since we're going to be working with combine, we will have a future. Actually, oh no, it does its own thing, huh? Huh. Alright, Alamo Fire? Never Alamo Fire! I don't like people that put Alamo Fire into projects like this. Oh man, that's so annoying. Ugh. Oh man. I'm sorry, Steve, but I hate that suggestion. I hate that suggestion so much. I'm sorry. Ugh. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. But why do that when URL session is so simple? Oh my goodness. Ugh. Ugh. I hate that. Oh, I can't even think anymore. No, because you know how big Alamo Fire is? Oh my god, I hate it. Alamo Fire is pretty big. There's so much going on in Alamo Fire. I understand the ease of use. I understand it. I truly do. But URL session is not that bad. You create your URL, right? And no, you can't do it from a string. Like you can't just use a string. So yeah, I understand that part sucks. But everything else, I need all these values in here. I don't know, I'm weird. I just like have never liked Amplify because it was hiding too much. Oh, well, I guess I could use these headers right here. Nothing against people that use it. I mean, it obviously makes sense to use it, but I just don't. I don't use it for the most part. Let URL components. Let's go to URL components. Now I want to see if I can actually remember how to do this. URL components, and then this needs to be a var, I think. URL components dot, I think, path. Equal to define URL components dot query items URL query item like this, it's term, and then search term, and print URL components dot, what is it? Is it the URL or a URL derived from the components objects in the string? Let me see. Hold on, I need to see if this actually works or not. URL components dot URL. Alright. How do I get back to search controller? And when we tap on this, let's just go ahead and do networking service dot define search term. What's going on, Renee? What are we coding? Okay, Renee needs to know what's up. So today I saw on Twitter that somebody has a course that they're taking where they need to do all this and they need to complete it by the end of the month. And I was like, oh, this is a pretty like interesting little challenge to challenge somebody that just got out of a course, and like you have to implement all these different things in order to get like a certain score. Unfortunately, it looks like it's cut off, so I don't know how many points you need to pass. But essentially, like, they have to do this, and they were like kind of struggling with where to start and stuff like that. So I was thinking like maybe I could send them like this stream or something like that. Maybe it'll help them out. But yeah, like, it's just like a little challenge. I just want to see like how far I could get, and we're essentially creating an Urban Dictionary app, and it has to be in UI kit. So, all right, hold on. Let me see. Hello. Okay, both are nil. And I think, let me see. I really want to do this the right way. Hold on. May need to remove this. Let's try this. I know URL components is kind of finicky. URL components dot let me see, how did I do this? I forgot how to actually do this. So URL, I think it was it absolute URL or absolute something like that. Is this going to be on YouTube as well? I don't know. Maybe. Huh. I'm gonna have to do like the ugliest way of string interpolation. I don't like it. Actually, let's look it up real quick. I really want to use URL components. I just forgot how to do it. It's been a while. URL Swift URL components example. Perfect. Ah, John got it. Of course he does. Let me see. Okay, he breaks it down every step of the way, so we'll try it that way. And URL components dot, is it base? Is it URL? What is it? Scheme, it's the host, that's what it was. Scheme is HTTPS. URL component, come on dude. Dot host is equal to the base URL. And then the path is that, the query terms are that, and then print URL components URL. Let's do it. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. Wonder. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Path. That's right. Query items. That's right. That should have worked. It's finicky though. I remember that it's finicky, and I forgot that there's like a lot of little things that you have to get right. The path may need to have a slash in it. Yeah, that's what it was. This one. So, this one was one of the weirdest APIs that I think I've worked with. I think you do need to have this slash or else it doesn't work. Yeah, see? So weird. Yeah, so that's correct. You better move. Oh, you better move. Oh, you better move. Alright, so now we need to create a request, so that's going to actually be var again. URL request, like that, pass in the URL. Let's go ahead and guard this just to be safe. Let URL is equal to URL components dot URL return, like that. So pass in that URL like so. Request now needs headers. Set. Oh, that's right. In Swift, you don't do headers like this. You do it one at a time. Bummer. Haha. So we do value first, like that, and then we want to pass in the rapid API host, like that. And then we do the same thing over here. Request dot add value and it's going to be my key right here. Alrighty, so let's see. URL session dot shared dot. No, we have a publisher in here. Data test publisher. Let's do it. And I'm actually going to publish any publisher. And what do we want? We want to have an array of terms and an error. Oh, that's right. Ooh, we get a chance to create an enum. Perfect. I'll put it at the bottom. Enum networking error. Are we still expecting that app sync video this coming week? I think so. I've been able to record a lot of videos this past weekend, and I think so. It's not going to be specifically app sync, because I think what you're actually looking to do is to have real-time updates, right? That's what from what I remember about your message, you wanted to have real-time updates, and you don't necessarily need to know too much about AppSync in order to do that. You'll still be using AppSync, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the background for you. And essentially, what I'm going to show you how to do is to do the like live updating with data. So hopefully that's okay, Chris. Let me know if that's not okay. If you really need something that's specifically AppSync, we could do that too, but I think you're just mostly interested in live data. Yeah, Amplify API GraphQL. That's pretty much it. But if you need something specific, I can do something specific. I just think that realistically what you need is just live data, like a chat app. And I can do that for you. Everything coming from me. Oh, makes me feel good. Oh man, yeah. I'll have that out this week for sure on this channel. I got a lot of other stuff that I'm working on the AWS channel too. But yeah. Okay, networking error, and this is going to conform to error, and we'll just say what happened. Bad URL. And in order to do it with any publisher, what do we have to return? Return. What is it? Just. What is it? Just. Networking error dot networking. Networking error dot bad URL. I think I could do that. Can I not do that? Let me know. And we need to specify dot any erase to any publisher. I think this has to be a networking error in order for it to work. Cannot convert. Forgot how to do this. Oh man. How do I do this? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I feel like this is to erase to any publisher. Hmm. It's been a while since I've done this on combine. Swift combine error. Antoine coming in clutch. Is it flat mapped? No. Let's see. I think we could do. Alright, I can't do this in combine. This is taking too long. As a matter of fact, I can do this in combine. I'll just do it my way. If I return. Now let's just do callbacks. I don't want to. I'm too tired. I'm tired and I'm hungry. It is what it is. So, completion at escaping. Go with what you know. So we want to have result and term error like that. So return and we'll say completion working error bad URL. And this is dot failure. Alrighty, so can't use this one. Data task. We will have to use this one. It's alright. Old Faithful, we call her. We call her Old Faithful, shall we? And then we just say if let error is equal to, I think it's the last one. Go ahead and completion dot failure. We'll pass in the error. Else if let data is equal to, this is the data right here, we will say let terms is equal to JSON decoder dot decode, and then we want a list of term. And this is actually not even going to work. I just realized that. So dot self, because this is incorrect. So let me show you why. Let me show you why. The reason why it's not going to work is if you go ahead and run this bad boy, what's going to happen? No dinner yet. No. Haha. If you run this, we get back a dictionary with a list in it, and then that list has the terms in it, which is an array. So what we actually need to do is we need to create a response for this. So let's go ahead and do a new file, and we'll call it define term define search term response. And we'll say struct define search term response. This needs to be decodable. Let's see. Decodable. Okay. Now what? Okay, so we have decodable, and then we have let list, which is of type array of term. This is so much harder to do in Flutter and Dart. I'll tell you that much right now. Term is not decodable, so that's why I was throwing the error. I'll just go ahead and mark it with decodable. Alright, so this will work. Let me go ahead and save it. Let me see if I can update. I have to save this one first. Alright. But a no-brainer in JS. Ugh. But then it's still JS. Response. Oh man, I'm bad. Got him. Alright, and then we can return that list as a success. Oh, this needs to try. Poop. Catch, and then we'll say completion failure, the error, like so. How did you accidentally start learning Vue? But like, how did you accidentally do it? That's what I'm curious about. It tricked me. Next thing I knew, I was writing JS. Oh man, everything is so different. Okay, there we go. And then we could do completion. And then we have response dot list, like so. We didn't add in the headers into our request. Oh, we did. Alright, that should work. Okay, so now in our view controller, we need an instance of our networking service. Okay. Ooh, lazy. It doesn't. It probably shouldn't be. But networking service. This can also probably just be a let. There we go. So now in our networking service, we want to get the terms. So private func get terms, and we'll say networking service dot define search term like this, and we'll get a result back. Switch on the result. Case success, let terms, print terms, case failure, let error, print error. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, that's still failing. It's okay because I still didn't call it get terms. What were you complaining about? That's fine. Don't want that there anyway. Alrighty. I accidentally interviewed with the guys at Ionic Framework 2 and then realized I didn't. I don't know JavaScript. Oh, they're better. Swift is a pretty strong language. I love it. I get it, strong language. programmer. Alright, so we got here, we opened up, this was never called. And we need to configure our manager. But what happened here? So let's go ahead and try this again. Not sure why it didn't work, but we'll find out. Hello. All right. So let's see if it gets over here. Haha! Oh man, you know what's the worst part about URL session? You have to run resume. Haha. Stupid. That's the only bad thing that I don't like about URL session. Other than that, it's way better than Alamo Fire in my opinion. Task.resume, baby. Woo! Got him. Okay, let's make sure that we're not hitting that. Alright, so now programmer. We search, failed. What happened? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so coding keys. That's our second one, so that's pretty cool. We have our enum right there. So private. What is it? Enum coding keys string coding key. Like that case. Word definition. Case likes, thumbs up, case dislikes, thumbs down. That should do it. Grammar. Bam. There it is. Look at that. Ooh, yes. Alright. So, now what we need to do is we need to pass these terms into the self row. But before I do that, back in my networking service, I need to make sure that I'm returning to a main thread, because we ain't messing with that backgroundness. Dispatch queue dot main async, like that. Throw it in there. Boom shakalaka. Alright, so now what I could do, I can say collection. Oh wait, hold on. Retain cycles. So self dot collection view manager dot set terms. I think that should work. If something blows up, it'll happen right now. Okay. Let's see. So we set it. We're calling bind. And well, it might help if you implement the term cell. Stupid. Oh god. Definition label that text. Whew, what an idiot. Okay. We gotta get these onto the screen too. Stack view. Maybe we can outsource that part? Outsource what part? The term cell? Oh yeah, we probably could, huh? Oh no, we can't because I'm not using a regular UI table view cell which would already have this stuff implemented, so I have to do it this way. Alright, later, later, I called you Ribran. Later, Renee. I will probably talk to you later this week, man. Yeah, I might get this up on Twitter or something like that. UI stack view. Stack view. Come on, what's going on now? My keyboard acts weird sometimes. I think it's all the different mappings that I have. Create. Alright, so translates is equal to false. And we also want to do axis is equal to vertical. What else do we need? Spacing is equal to 8. That should be good enough. And now we need to actually lay all this stuff out. So private func configure subviews, and then we're gonna do stack view dot add arranged subviews, and that's going to be the word label and the definition label. Add, actually I have to add it to the content view. Add subview, which is the stack view, and then how did I do this? Let guide is equal to ns layout. Hold on. ns, what is it called? Content view layout margins guide. That's what it was. Alright, ns layout. Oh, I actually don't have to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I have declare UI for that, baby. Alright, so stack view dot declare to superview guide. There we go. That's perfect. Alright. Now we need to call configure. So init super.init. Actually, this is not the correct initializer. I forgot. It's this one. Super.init frame configure subviews, add in that required, run it. That wasn't too bad. What I meant was get a contractor to do it. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. Let's see, programmer. Oh, yes. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so it's kind of tight, no? Yeah. Okay. So the only other thing is that it gives us back these things right here, the brackets, and I don't really feel like dealing with formatting or trying to get them to be bold, which is what I did in the Flutter course. So what I will do is I'll create a computed property var, and we'll just call it stripped definition. And we're just going to do definition, replace occurrences of, and we're going to do this a couple times. So this is going to be that. Let me see. Come here. There we go. Alright, so we have like two different types of things coming back. So we have the square braces, and let's just remove the square braces because those are the ones that are like frequent and kind of weird. Everything else kind of has a purpose. Alright, so now we can say stripped definition. Let's take a look at it. Programmer. Looking better for sure. Much better. So I guess the only other thing would be to actually do another navigation, and then we can add in the history, I guess. So whenever I would search, I would save that. But you don't have any unit tests. Ha! Ha! Unit test. Nah. You're right, but on challenges, I never do unit tests. That's such a slowdown. And so boring, too. It's like, nobody's going to be testing this app. I'm handling errors with print statements, for God's sake. But you're right, though. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's create one more. We'll do it real quick because, well, yeah, because right now it's not really usable, and we have a couple of properties that we can take advantage of. So yeah, let me think. It's going to be a view controller. UI view controller, and this will be term details view controller. Alright, and then for the view, alright, so we have term details view. Let's go ahead and throw this in there, and then we'll just do late private lazy var definition label, UI label, create, and once again translate is equal to false, and then we'll probably make this a little bit bigger, so font, adjust font with size category is true, and we'll say font is equal to UI font dot preferred, and let's see, I think I could probably use like title 2, something like that, just maybe 3. So just so that it's pretty big. And then what else do we need in here? We need the likes label and the dislikes label. Private lazy var likes label dot create dot translates false. And what do we want in here? Adjust true. I'll make a space right there. That looks weird. And font is equal to UI font dot preferred, and this will be body, I guess. That should be good enough. So then we need the same thing for dislikes label. Dislikes label. Then we need a stack. We need 2 stack views. So UI. So private lazy var likes. Come on. Stack view. Alright, and we'll create the likes stack view. Trans equals false. And axis is going to be horizontal. And then we want spacing is equal to, let's say, like 16. And then we also want distribution to be equal spacing. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, so now we need the content stack view, which is going to hold everything. Stack view, and this is going to be axis is going to be vertical. And the spacing, I don't think that it matters because we're going to be stretching out the entire label. So it doesn't really matter. Distribution doesn't matter. Alignment, I think by defaults are already to the left. So I don't think we need to do anything else here. We need the initializer. .init, and then we'll say .0. And we're going to configure self. Then we're going to configure sub views. And required init, fatal error. And let's see. Private font configure self. Private font configure subviews. Always do this thing right here. I always do that. Alright, so the background color needs to be, once again, system background. And then we have 2 stack views. So the first one is the like stack view. Add arranged subviews. It's going to be likes label and dislikes label. Then we have the content stack view, which is going to hold add arranged subview. That's going to hold the definition label and the likes stack view. And then we need to add all this onto the actual view. So add subview content stack view. From here, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and set the like stack view's height. And that's going to be like 40. Doesn't need to be too big. Content stack view. Content stack view needs to be to the margin, the guidelines of the super view. So then we'll just say content stack view dot declare and to super view. Come on, super view guide, like that. So I think that will do it. So now we can just go ahead and set that to the UI. So private let UI is equal to term details view, like that, and load view. View is equal to UI. And we need to initialize this with a term. Private let term like that, init term self.term is equal to the term. That's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Required init fatal. You're dead. You're dead, son. Alright. Super dead. It's too cold in here now. Turn off my AC. All right. Let's see. So we have the load view, then in our UI we need to populate it with the terms. So let's actually go back to the term details view and we'll add a function that allows us to populate. So populate with term. Then what do we have to do? We have the definition label dot text is equal to term. We have well, not term, but stripped definition. Then we have the likes label dot text is equal to likes, and then we have dislikes label dot text dislikes and term dot dislikes, like that. So if we go ahead and save that, we go back and we can just go ahead and do private func configure configure, if I could even spell, figure UI. All right, so then our configure UI. So then we'll just say UI.populate with our term, and we'll just go ahead and configure UI. The struggle is real. It might be. it might be. The struggle just might be real. All right, so now we have the term details view controller. We should be able to show that once we select a term. So let's go back over to our terms view controller. And in the configure manager, we also do have a publisher that we can observe. So let's go ahead and create a publisher. So private, let's go ahead and add it up here. Actually, private var. What is going on, you guys? They're shooting me. All right, private var. Let's see. Token. Any cancel bubble. Need to import combine for that one. Like so. And what we can do is we can say token is equal to collection view manager, and what did should have access to that. Let me see. Collection view manager. Let's see. Selected item publisher. That's what it is. Selected item publisher dot sync, and let's see. Can't I just do it like this? Yeah, I can. So we have a term. Everybody sub to kilo. Yay, yeah, do that. I don't think you know. I know that you guys are here. I just don't know what's going on. I see like there's like action going on, but I don't know what it's about. All right. So terms. Oh, no, term. And then what we're going to do is we're going to navigate. So private var navigate. My spelling has just gone down the drain. What are you working on? We got bot follow tonight, so we're all hopped up. So I'm working on this. On Twitter, I saw somebody post that they just finished a course, or they're in the process of finishing a course, and what they have to do is they have to implement all these different things, and they have 1 month to do it. So they're just starting out in their journey, and seems like they're relatively new to programming. And I thought that was like really interesting that, you know, you get points for the things that you implement. I don't think this is the full document. I wish I had the full document, but I just wanted to see how many different things I could implement in one go. And so far I have 175 points. I'm probably over 200 points now. Feel pretty good about that, but whatever. Navigate to details. To details for term. There we go. And now let's go ahead and create our term details VC. So term details view controller term, and navigation controller dot push our term details VC animated true. And where would we put this? We put it over here. So let's go ahead and make sure we don't got them retain cycles. And we'll say self.navigate to details for the term specified. All right, so I think that actually might work. We might be able to see something right now. Let's go ahead and type in programmer. And we get all these different programmers. Okay. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? No. Why didn't it work? Oh no. Selected item publisher. We're configuring this manager. No. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that this does work. It should be returning the item unless I forgot to wire something up, which is way more likely. So let's see. So the data source, let me see. Delegate, and the data source is right here. Let me see. Will display append. Oh, is it not in here? Find did select. Huh. So it's actually not in here. I may actually have to implement it into the class itself, which is why it's not working. So let's go ahead and go over to our manager and did select item. No, that's not right. That can't be right. That can't be right. Huh. Okay. So we have the selected item publisher. Let me see if it's actually giving us back a value for our token. Because if it's not, then I'm doing something else wrong. Okay, programmer. We search, and it does appear to have some type of value. But nothing when we tap, right? Huh. So let me think. I think I actually, let me think. Did select item. Collection view manager. I have the data source, but I don't know what's going on. Why isn't it working? Okay, so the data source is right here. I actually don't remember. You know who has the answer? You know who has the answer though, right? What is it? Table view snapshot. Let's see. Should come up for that one. Diffable data source, that's what it's called. So let's see. Haha. Let's see. We have the add button, and I need to find out what was it when I tapped on did select row. Maybe you do have to implement it like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that. All right, so what I'm going to do, term collection view manager did select row print index path. Let's see if that actually fires. Does not override. Ooh, that's what it is. Okay. This was not properly implemented. I need to actually go change that. So, now I have to go and fix the actual. I need to fix Kilo Loco kit. Oh crap. Okay, that wasn't part of it. Repos, GitHub, repo, gh, repo, clone, Kilo Logo kit. Yeah. All right, and change directory Kilo Logo kit like that, and Z. Okay, so somehow I didn't implement this into my collection view manager. I think it's because when I implemented it originally, what happened was, since I was building the TikTok clone, I didn't actually need to select the individual thing. So it actually got left out. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have a did select. All right, did select. Come on. Yeah, we don't have it in here. Code completion is not working for me right now. It hasn't been working for a while, but I know most of it by heart, so that was fine. So let's go ahead and open it back up. And it might be faster if I just do it like this. Dang, I was making such good progress. It was going so smooth. Well, kind of smooth. Kind of smooth. Did select. Are you going to give it to me? Collection. Oh, you're not going to work with me today, are you? Doesn't want to work with me. Why? Okay, that's fine. Open func collection view. Let me see if I gotta remember how to do this from heart. Collection view. UI collection view. Did select item at index path. I think that's it. Right? Did select item at index path. Right? Let's look it up. Time to look it up. Apple docs did select item collection view at index path. No, not Objective C. You're disgusting. Ooh, damn! Nailed it. Whew. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we need to have access to the items. Are we hanging on to those items? It's not auto-completing because it's my own framework. That shouldn't be a problem. I don't think I'm hanging on to the items. Let me think. So, okay, let me think. So now we need to have access to those items. May need to hang on to a reference. Okay. So if we do this did select item at index path, then we need access to the individual item. Selected item publisher. So we have to go one of two ways. Either our manager is going to have to hang on to an array of our items, and I'm not really liking that idea, or we're going to have to simply return the index path. Index path it is. Hope nobody was using this. Alright, so then what we can do is selected item publisher send index path like that. Oh, I didn't actually nail it. Index path, it should look like this, I think. Yep. Selected item publisher dot send index path. Okay. Selected item publisher. And then since we have the array, oh shit, we're actually not hanging onto the array anywhere because there's snapshots. Fudge. Who should own this array? The view controller, yeah. This should definitely not hang on to the array. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the better way to go about it. So now we have this implemented. And I think if I run it, let's see, everything works. So now what I need to do, I forgot how to do this. I think that's it. Okay. So then I need to tag it and push it. So get add, hold on, get status, yeah, get add, get commit dash m, updated return type of selected item publisher in collection view manager. All right, get push, and then also get tag. This is going to be 1.10 get push tags like that. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and go back to our other project, and that's going to be in iOS Urban Dictionary. And this now needs to be updated. Hold on, get out of my face, dude. Okay, so we need to update our Swift Package Manager to choose resolve package version. How do I actually see which version? Update to latest versions. There we go. There we go, 1.1. Now we have collection view manager, which should be returning an index path. Looks like it is. Let's go ahead and run it, see if it doesn't work or not. Hopefully it's not in there. Let's see. Okay, Perfect. So it is working, and we just need to hang on to our terms. So let's go ahead and add in a property that's going to hang on to our terms. And this will be an array of term. It's just going to be an empty array at first. And let's see. Where are we doing our networking request? Here we are. Self.terms is equal to terms. Like that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now we able to get the selected item. So do you like Tower for Get GUI? I actually don't like Get GUIs, to be honest. They actually cause me, I always break something whenever I use a GUI. I tried to do it with, I think I tried Tower at once. At one point I tried Fork, and I've tried Xcode, and something always blows up whenever I enter a GUI. So I just stick with what I know. Terms. This is actually an index path. Index path dot row, or this is item, and we'll say let term is equal to that. And now what we should be able to do is navigate to details. So navigate to details for term. And this also needs to be prefixed with self dot. And let's go ahead and do a guard. Else return. Like that. So let's go ahead and run it. Ooh, it builds, so that's a thumbs up for sure. Is it going to actually work? Alrighty. So let's go ahead and define a programmer again. And we select it. Yes! Yeah! Woo, boy! Woo! Okay, let's go ahead and update this UI. Because apparently I knows what I'm doing though. Debugged a framework in the middle. That's extra points for sure. Okay, so let's see. Definition. Here we go. Number of lines is equal to 0. Infinite. Run it again. Let's run it again. Okay, so programmer. Let's see. A person who is paid to professionally scream at a computer. Yes. Yas. Likes and dislikes. Look at that. That's awesome. We so cool. Alright. So the last thing that I want to do is maybe do a search history. And I'm pretty tired already. It needs to be quick. Let's see. Alright, let's take a look at what we've done so far. Notion. Let's close this. Alright. So alright, so let's see, challenge, I don't know. Course challenge. Challenge. So what did we do today? Do you recommend everyone use your framework? No. No, I don't. I don't actually. You can use it. You can look at it. It's not too complex at all. Um, but I'm not managing it for anybody. You can use it all you want, but I don't recommend it. Let's I don't know. Sure, whatever. Challenge. Okay. So, let's see. How do I do check marks? To-do list. Okay, so UI tab bar view controller. So we got that one. UI navigation view controller. Got that one. Segue. Like I said, I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count navigation pops and pushes as segue. UI table view. I didn't do that one. I did a collection view. Table view cell. Still didn't do that one. UI button. UI label. UI text field. Got that. Struct / class. Of course. Oh man. Did something. No, stop. Just stop. Back. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. Protocol. Of course we did. Because we bad. Enum. Did that. API call. Did that. Yeah. Okay. Storage. We didn't do that. That's the next part. Data structures. We did one array. Actually, we did technically addiction. No. Well, yeah, I guess array. Because we use objects. But architecture. Design patterns. I don't know how to spell architecture, but that's okay. And then clear code. Okay, so let's see what we've done. So far, oh, what happened? Okay. So I did that. Navigation view controller, segue. Didn't do the table views yet. Got the button, the label, the text field, the structs, the protocol, enum, API call, data structures. What do they consider data structures? A custom delegate. So we did one custom delegate so far, right? Yeah, we did one custom delegate. So that's 20 points. We kind of did that. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Data structures. Oh, use at least one array. And then each one is up to 10 points. So, oh my god, what's going on here? Raid. What's up, Elliot? Yeah, I got Android coming. I got Android stuff coming, Flutter stuff coming, iOS stuff coming. We got it all coming, boy. So storage, data structures. So what do we have? So I know that I have at least one array, right? Because terms. Interesting that I just added that. But other than that, I actually don't have any other data structures. Interesting. We're going to have a second array when we do the table view. And a set. Well, technically, I could throw in a set right there. Okay. So I'm going to cheat. I know one way to cheat. And that would be to add tokens. And that would be a set of tokens. So set like this of any cancelable. Okay. And then what we would do is we would how do we do it? I think it's .collect. So let's go ahead and update some of the formatting like this. .collect. Are you still not? receive receive value like this. Store. That's what it was. Store into my tokens. I think I could do it without it though. There we go. Bam, set. Super past my bedtime, but dropped you a follow. Trying to connect with more mobile devs. How close are you to affiliate? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not tracking the affiliate thing right now because I just started streaming, and my goal is to stream 3 times a week, but I haven't been consistent, and I'm still new to Twitch, so I don't even know like the affiliate thing. But hopefully close. I mean, hopefully more people will come and hang out when we hang out doing mobile stuff. But yeah, hopefully close. But yes, now we have a set in here, so that's pretty cool. Because we're storing our token in there. I like that. So let's go ahead and add in storage. So how do I want to do storage? We could do it the super simple and crappy way, which is to use user defaults. And that's terrible, but it's not like, well, it probably should be protected data, huh? Let me think. Yeah, let's not use. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I am going to use. What I'll do is I'll use Amplify. So let's go ahead and go back into our project, and then I'm going to change directory into iOS, Urban Dictionary, and what we're going to do is we're going to do Amplify init, like that. And I'll just use the default value for everything. Visual Studio Code, Vim. And we're just going to have a search history. So a searched term. And a term is just going to have a string on it. And we'll be able to display those in a list. And then I suppose I could just push. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Okay, so we can make it kind of simple. And then I know Amplify will make it super quick for me, so that's also a benefit there. So not here, but let's go ahead and go to aws.com because I need the docs. Amplify. And I just need to use data store. Let's see. So we want data store like this, and the getting started, which I need this. This is what I need. So, okay. It's done. So then we can do pod init. Actually, Vim pod file. And we need to comment this out, change enter this, and then we'll do iOS 14 because we on that latest. And we'll just paste this in. So pod install repo update like that. So let's go ahead and close my project real quick because we're going to be working in that workspace. And then I need to also update the, let me see, hold on. I need to update the GraphQL schema as well. So I think that's in Amplify and then backend, and then let's see, backend, and then let me think. Amplify init. Oh, that's what we have to do. We have to do add API. So amplify add API. I'm not gonna upgrade right now. So GraphQL, just do that. API key is fine. 7 days is fine. Do you have? No, I don't. We're gonna do a single object, so it's gonna be a searched term. And yes, let's update it right now. And I'll just change it to searched term. And now I can go down and I can change this to let's see, value. Yeah, just call it value. And then we don't need this, so I could just delete that line. So we have a searched term object. We'll do amplify code gen models. So this will create our search term. So essentially what we want to do is we want to have these search terms created, stored, and then displayed in that table view. And then we want to be able to select it and then be able to go to the results. So I'll do amplify push. And this isn't exactly ideal, but it's something that will work actually extremely quickly. So just use all the default values. All right. So then that will help us take care of, we're still missing the table view. So I'm going to do the history in the table view. It's obviously going to have a cell with it. That's going to take care of the storage. The data structures, we will have a second array. So that'll cover that. Right? Hold on. Let me see what the architecture data structures. Yeah, that'll cover our 30 points. And then use clear architecture, separating business logic. Actually, the architecture, I did get that. That's pretty separated. Delegates. So I need to use delegates one more time. And I don't like working with delegates. I have to use this stupid thing that I don't like using. Delegates. Yuck. That's disgusting. Observer. I think, honestly, I would pass the design patterns part because I used combine, so that's like a different design pattern. It's more of a communication pattern to be specific, but yeah. And then well-named variables, I got that. Constants and functions, yes. I didn't do any comments or documentation, but I did follow best practices. So I would say like 30 points right there. Delegates is why iOS devs get the monies. Yeah, I don't think so. I actually hate working with delegates. Like I strongly prefer working with callbacks. Like I use closures all over the place. I never implement delegates myself, honestly. Delegates are just like a terrible coding experience in my opinion. But that's just me. Whatever. But yeah, after this, I think I will have hit every single... For sure, I will have hit every single one. But whether I got the maximum amount of points, like on this one, I won't get 50. I'll get 30. Because I'm not going to add comments or documentation. And they have 5 like things, so I'm going to just assume that you get 10 for each. And then I'll probably download this video and then maybe like edit it up, chop it up, post it on YouTube and see if anybody cares to watch it or something. I don't know. I don't even think this is like that interesting, to be honest, but whatever. Damn, been doing this for 3 hours? Yikes. I came sitting over here thinking I was gonna be here like an hour and a half. 3 hours. It's just 3 hours. Alright. So this should be done. It's still not done. Ugh. What part did that help? So I'm using Amplify for the search terms part because I don't like working with core data, and I know Amplify really well. Like, I could get stuff done really quickly. Like, this part is actually the longest, like just waiting for it to be done. So now when I go back over and I open up my project, it helps with like the data store category helps. It's just like core data, except way nicer. And you're not working with classes, which I just feel is just less than ideal in my opinion. So we just have to add the configuration files in and we could get going with some of the data stuff. So 2 configuration files, add it, boom, done. And also in the app delegate, need to configure Amplify. So import Amplify, import Amplify plugins. And we'll remove all this stuff. We'll create a new function called configure Amplify. And actually private. Let's go ahead and run this, make sure that it's going to work, except definitely not on this. So in our function, what we're going to do catch, print that error. Whoa. Error. And then what we'll do is we will try, oh, you know what? We're also missing the models, so I need to actually add those in too. Add files. And over here in Amplify, back in, or generated is what I want. We're going to add these to the project too. There we go. Yep, that's what I wanted. All right. Should probably learn how to write Swift code. All right, so now Amplify dot add, and we need to do the AWS data store, or is it the Amplify data store? Amplify. What are you talking about, Willis? All right. Let's try this again, since I was typing and it was probably not liking the fact that I was typing while this stuff is trying to import. Because autocomplete is not working with me. Let's see. That build succeeded. Can we get the configuration stuff in there? There we go. This is what I want. Alrighty, like that. Yay. And then let's just go ahead and call this in. Did finish launching with options, so configure Amplify. Bam. So now, assuming that this is going to work, and we have our searched term right here. Looks like it's going to work pretty nicely. So Amplify is configured. So now, every time that I search for a term, I need to save it. So that's the very first step. And we do that in the search view controller. So what we'll do is we'll have a function called save, or add to history. Update history with search term, and that will be a string. And now what we can do is we'll missing the little things. It's all the little things that are getting me. So I'm gonna import Amplify, and now whenever I search for something, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create a new search term. Let search term equals search term, like that, and we'll initialize it with just a value, search term, like that, and then we can just say amplify dot data store dot create. Is it create? Let's see. Oh, it's a query. That's what it was. So actually, I could use combine here too, actually. Kind of want to. Fun stuff. Combine. So query, and we want the one that returns a publisher. There we go. So query, or actually, is it mutation? Save, save. Where's my save? I want to save a model, and I want to use the one with combine though. Yeah, this one. That's the one. Reactive programming. Oh yeah. So now let's go ahead and add our tokens. So private var tokens, and then we'll do a set of any cancelable, like that. And now what we should be able to do is sync, and when we receive a completion, we'll just go ahead and print that. But when we receive the searched term, actually we don't even need to do anything like this. And we'll just say print added, actually search term added search term dot value value to history, right? There we go, because we have the search term right there. Edit searched. Oh, that's the problem. Searched term dot value to history, and then what we'll just go ahead and do, and we'll store it with our set, and we can do like that. Bam. So now we're using two sets. So that means two sets and an array. We just hit that one milestone right there. Boom. So data structures, got it. Okay, and we have storage. Bam, right there. Look at that. Woo. Okay. 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 So now let's go ahead and okay, so we have this saved, as long as we're calling it, right? So update history with search term. And let's see if it actually works. So let's see if we get the received value. Oh, you know what? I should actually switch on this result. That's what I need to do. Switch result case. Is it a result? Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking about the callback. The callback is that. This was right. Okay, let's go ahead. We ran it, and I'm going to type in programmer, and let's go ahead and search. And I don't think it called. Oh, no. Oh, it's not connected. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? Also, we don't want it to... We also need to remove duplicates. So that's also going to be another problem. So, because if I do programmer again right here, and I search, I could have just pressed play. I didn't need a... Let me see. Okay, add it programmer to history. Okay, so now there should be like 2 programmers in history. So we're gonna actually need to do a query before we update our history. We'll take a look at that in a bit. Let's just get this done. So now over here in our search history, we need to update the UI. So let me take a look, because this doesn't look correct to me over here in our, what is it, our scene delegate? We have our nav history right here, our history view controller, and we have this. So now let's just make sure that we're updating. Let's create a view for our history view controller. So now we need a history view, and that'll be of type UI view. Perfect. History view. All right. So now let's go ahead and import that Kilo Loco kit, and actually we only need declare UI, yeah, and Kilo Loco kit, yeah. Kilo Loco kit. All right. So the only thing that we need in this one is just a table view to show our history. So it'll be private lazy var table view. UI table view. I don't think I could actually create it like this, can I? Create. Oh, I guess you can. All right, so then translates as usual. So translates auto resizing mask is equal to false, and then what else do we need to do? We need to register. So register. And we need to register a specific class. So let's go ahead and create a searched term cell. Actually, we don't need to do that because we are using a UI table view cell. We could just use, oh, you know what? Okay. Since we do need to create a UI table view cell to hit the goal, let's go ahead and create one from scratch. Almost got away with it too, if it weren't for those meddling goals. UI table view cell, and this is going to be a searched term cell, like that. That's all right. It's easier for me to do it like this. It stays consistent anyway. So first things first, let's go ahead and make this reusable extension. Searched term cell reuse. We need to import, what is it, Kilo Loco Kit. Like that, reusable, like that, and import declare UI because we're going to need to set up the UI. Then what we have to do is private lazy var, and we'll say search term label, or can we just say label? Is it, yeah, we can say label. UI label dot create, and once again translates is equal to false. And then let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. So we're gonna do font auto adjust font to size category is equal to true, and then we want to also set the font, which is equal to UI font, and then preferred font, which is going to be, we'll do title 3, just so that's a little bit bigger. I like it a little bit bigger. And then from here, all we need to do is configure our subviews. So init, and we need to actually implement this one, super.init style and reuse identifier, like so. Then we need to say configure subviews, like that. The required init, fatal error, blow up in your face. Then private func configure subviews, like this. And this is where we're going to set up our label. So with the table view, you have to work with a content view. So then we have to say content view dot add subview, which is going to be our label, and our label dot declare is going to be constrained to, or we're going to do it to superviews guides, like that. So that works. I think that's pretty much all we need to do. And we need a populate function so that we can actually fill it up with a search term. So let's go ahead and create a function for that. Populate with a, oh my God, why did my keyboard? I need new recommendations on keyboards, guys. This is my An Pro 2, and it's all right. It's a nice looking keyboard. It's small, right? I like that, but I need more keys. I really like this when I was taking it to work. Now that I'm stuck at home all the time, I need a bigger keyboard. Recommendations, please. All right. With a searched term, and let's see. Okay, so now we just say label dot text is equal to searched term dot value, right? So that's how we populate it, and I think that's all we really need to do. So if we go back to our history view, we can now do it with a searched term cell dot self, right? And search term cell dot reuse identifier, like that. So now we have the cells registered, which is really good. And we also need to be able to bind this table view to a delegate. So let's see. Oh, well, first we need to set up the table view, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Super.init frame.0, or actually, yeah, something like that. Then we need to do configure sub views. Whoa, what am I doing? Okay. We need to configure sub views, and this is the actual view, so we need to configure self to, like that. So private. We also need the required init, fatal error, like that. Func configure sub configure self. And that's just going to be the background color is equal to system background, like that once again, and then another one which is going to simply configure our subviews so we can actually add those to the screen, or else they're not going to show up, and that's going to be a bad time. So we only have one subview, so we're just going to add subview our table view like that, and then our table view we can declare that we want it to be to super view. Let's do to super view like that. Actually, to super view guide. Let's see what that looks like. And then, since we don't have access to our table view, since I'm making it private, then I need to bind the delegate. So we'll have a func called bind delegate to table view, or bind table view to delegate UI table view delegate. Actually, to manager. We'll call it manager. And manager is going to be generic so that we can actually say delegate and data source manager. And that's going to be UI table view data source and UI table view delegate, like that. Manager, like so. And now what we can do is we can say table view dot data source is equal to manager. Oh, come on, stop capitalizing it, idiot. Table view dot delegate is equal to manager. Okay. So I'm just going to use the old school way of doing the data source and the delegate, just so that we can get this up and running as quick as possible, because I'm pretty tired already. Next, what we need to do is implement the UI. So let's just go ahead and say private let UI is equal to history view. Then we need to make sure that we load that. So load view is equal to UI. And we're going to need to import Amplify. And we need to have a function private func get history, and that will be called in the view will appear. Super.view will appear animated as usual. And then we also need a function that's going to set up our UI. So this is going to be a private function. Func configure UI, and that's where we're going to do the binding that we just specified in that function. So in order for us to be able to access that other stuff, we're going to need to have an extension on our history view controller where we conform to UI table view data source, and we have to have those number of rows, which is going to be, we're going to need searched terms. So let's go ahead and create an array of that. Var searched terms is equal to an empty array of searched term like this. And now we can say searched terms.count like that. Then we need to do number of rows, and then we need to do cell for row at index path, right? And we're going to say let cell is equal to table view DQ reuse identifier, and once again we want to use the searched term cell dot reuse identifier and the index path provided there. It's my bedtime. Jeez, didn't even get to eat dinner yet. Come on now. Return that cell. We'll cast the cell as a search term cell like that, and that's going to be a searched term cell, and we'll be able to say searched term cell dot populate with, and we need the search term, let searched term is equal to searched terms, pass in the index path dot row like that, and then we could pass in the searched term like that. So that's all set up. Now we need to have the delegate, which is going to have the did what was it? Did select row at index path. That's what we need. So let's go ahead and add in that extension. And this is our history view controller, UI table view delegate, did select row at index path. I'm going to let searched term equals searched terms, pass in the index path dot row, and then we need a function that will allow us to navigate. So private func navigate to results for searched term, and we'll say navigate to results for searched term. All right. So let's go ahead and implement some of this functionality here. So first we need to configure the UI and the view did load. So configure UI. What does that mean? It means that we need to do UI bind table view to self. Yes, that's correct. So then we need to get history, and we'll do that by doing amplify dot data store dot query, and we want to get all the items, and also we'll be using the publisher. So let's make sure that we're importing combine, because I want to use combine and be sexy with it. Import combine. We need to have a setup here for our tokens. So private var tokens is equal to a set of any cancelable that. And query. Let's look for the one that's returning the any publisher. Query and model type. This is the one. And we want searched term.self. And we get a sync with that. So we'll do sync. We're not going to do anything for the completion. So we'll just go ahead and print out the value. Doesn't really matter. I don't think we're actually going to see it. And for the received value, this is going to actually be the array. So searched terms in. And we also need to avoid those retain cycles. So we have to do weak self. And then we say self dot searched terms is equal to searched terms. Like that. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to store this sync in our tokens. There we go. So now let's see. I think we want to, I don't know if we want to get it more than once though. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and add get history to the view did load. Get history. We may only need to call it once. And then when we navigate, what we're going to do is we're going to create our terms view controller. So let terms VC is equal to terms view controller. Initialize that with a search term. We could pass in our searched term dot value like so, and then we'll do navigation controller dot push view controller, which is going to be our terms VC animated true. All right, so I think that might be it. All right. We kind of know what we're doing. I like that. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and go to our search terms. We should see programmer twice because we did enter it in there twice. Awesome. So we are getting our data back. And then what happens is if I go ahead and search for something else, like let's say broken, I don't know. All right. We see that we added broken to our history and dead inside. Damn. Dead inside. Torn apart. You lost everything. That's bad. So now let's go over here to our search and it didn't update. So what we can do is we can just simply do the query every time that we open up this get history, or every time we open up this page, and we will get history like that. So every time we open up this page, it'll trigger, and we should see broken as right there. Okay, perfect. And then let's see, like busted or something. Okay, so we have busted, and then we go back over here, and it didn't update. So why didn't it update? Let's see. Oh, you know what? We're not calling reload. So let me update that. And we're also not on the main thread. That's terrible. So receive on dispatch queue dot main. So that's one, and then also we need to make sure that we need to have a way to reload our history, and I'll just go to I'll just create a function called func reload. And that will be table view dot reload data. There we go. Okay, so let's see if it worked. So UI dot reload. There we go. Get history calls the data source. It calls data store, but I don't have a data source in here. Kind of. I think maybe we're talking about the same thing. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe. All right. Maybe. We go over here. Maybe. All right. Awesome. So let's go ahead and let's check. And it didn't update. So I think we do need to actually, I think we do need to call it every time. So let's just go ahead and move this down. Run it one more time. And I think this is going to do it. Okay, so let's take a look at our results. We have awesome. And then Kanye, I don't know. I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind. Swahili for the word prick. Oh man, that's messed up. And there it is. Okay, cool. So let's see if we can, you know what? I think that's going to actually do it. I was going to see if I could reverse the order and everything, but I don't know. There is a sort in here. Maybe we could just do it real quick. Let's see. Sort. Let's see. What do I put in here? Field coding key. Can I do this? I actually haven't done this before. Term dot keys dot ID. Oh, that was pretty easy to figure out. Whoopsies. Alright. Let's see if that worked. I also wanted to like filter it out so that if you entered in the same term that you wouldn't get it. But okay, that's alright. That's all good. So let's go ahead and think. Oh, you know what? It's unless it has a creation date, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, we only have 2 values. And I don't think that we created. So if we would have done a creation date, it would have been better. But whatever. It would have been easy to sort these, pretty much. But if I go ahead and click awesome, it goes to awesome. Awesome. That is pretty cool though. Kanye. Busted. Dang. So we did it. That was pretty cool. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take another look and let's see where we stand. Okay, so table view. I implemented a table view. Table view cell, implemented a table view cell. Design patterns. What do we have here? Use a custom delegate. So I didn't do that. And clear code. I only did maybe 3. Best practices, I think so. Variables and constant functions, I think so. So then let's go ahead and add up our total and let's see what we got. So I missed out on the design patterns because I didn't add an extra delegate or an observer. By their standards, I honestly think that I did get this one, but it's okay. I want to just go by what's here, what we can actually physically count. So let's go ahead and add up these numbers real quick. can we use the factory pattern? Well, so that's the thing is like, I don't know which things like kind of count. They only listed 3. I actually have never used Memento. I don't even know what that is. So they obviously taught specific things and they were offering Memento as one of them. But yeah, it's like, it's okay. It's fine. I don't have to have a perfect score. But I got the 20, the first 20. I got the second 20. It's going kind of slow. 10 right there. Another 20. Another 10. A 5. Another 5. A 10. A 10. Another 10. A 5. A 15. A 10. And we did do all 3 of those. I'm so happy that I was able to get those in there. Architecture. Yes, I would say yes. And then the last one we didn't get anything on design patterns. Or no, we did get something on design patterns. We got 20 points. And we got, I'm going to count like 30 points because I did variables, I did constants and functions, but I didn't add any comments or documentation, so I'm going to dock 20 points for the comments and documentation, so I'm going to add 30. And that's 260. So, bam. I left, let's see. I left about 40 points on the table. So I could have had a perfect 300, but you know, it is what it is. And it was only in three hours or so, something like that. 3.5 hours. 3 hours and 40 minutes. So not too bad, right? Could have been better, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate all you guys that just like dropped in here. That was really cool. So we didn't use Amplify, but we used 2 dependencies by one guy that won't be maintained. Yes. Because I wrote it. It's okay for me to use it. Okay. I wrote it and I fixed it too. No, but Alamo Fire is so big to be bringing into your project just for like networking. Such a simple networking request. That just kills me. That always kills me, the Alamo Fire thing. But yeah, I'm super excited that I was able to do this. Like that's pretty awesome. All right. Yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Now go out there and keep coding passionately. I'll catch you guys during the week.